what contributes to one feeling confident?
To consistently feeling confident. As in, I feel like myself, I'm always been a very naturally confident person. And I feel like it served me extremely well. It's like pushed me to do things that other people wouldn't do, forced me to learn and make mistakes, but have those mistakes not impact my confidence levels.
Yeah.
I've seen people from my own family, same environment, same upbringing, be the opposite, and it deter them from making decisions that I feel like they should make. And I feel like if I could contribute my happiness and where I am to something, I would put it down to, apart from you guys, confidence. And I am still confused at where that comes from.
You're saying, why are you confident, but not necessarily all your siblings? Despite
or most people.
Same neighborhood, same
people,
parents.
Yeah, I think most people are not confident people. And I think it's such a incredible skill, which I know you teach.
Yeah. Well, here's the truth. I don't think they've tried. I mean, I know you've met all of his siblings. I've met all of them except one. None of them have asked me for access to the course. None of them have expressed to me that confidence is something that they'd like to improve. Not once. And to improve in any arena, one first needs a desire to do so.
And I would actually say, when we were talking about the subconscious, conscious, not that it's tied to trauma for them, but I think that potentially their identity is as someone who is insecure. And so the idea of working on their confidence, to them, they won't put any effort into it because it would be an impossibility to them to become confident, because that would cut to the core of who they are. Who am I?
Right.
If I'm not insecure.
Right.
Yeah. So, I mean, the first thing would be there's no desire. And it sounds like what you have, a desire for them to feel the desire to become confident so that their life may improve.
Yeah, I guess yes, but I've heard them say I would love to be more confident, but obviously not actually feel that it's going to serve in that way.
When you wanted to be more confident, you showed up to a class that Ben and I, because you were on a forum that was about becoming more confident. You showed up. You came there. You were actively searching.
Yep.
This is the thing that it's been one of the big struggles of the last 3 to 5 years of my life, and the thing that I've come to accept, which is that whatever starts that initial spark in someone is, you can't give it to anyone, right? Like, I've wanted my, Mom, would you read this book? Like, read the 4-Hour Work Week, Mom. It's so good. Like, you could see it. I can't get people to care where they don't care. Once they express an interest in it, I can have a path in a 30-day program, and you do these sorts of things and take these steps.
Yeah.
But you know how many people I've given personal power to, or Charisma University to, or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And if they haven't expressed the interest, they won't go through it. They will see no results. So that's the one thing, is that they may say they would like to be confident, but what in their behavior shows you that they have any interest?
Well, this is something I've seen in the world. There's a difference between a wish and a desire, right? I've seen people who are in very bad physical health, right? Very overweight. And they'll say, oh, I really want to get in shape. But they will not change their diet or exercise more. So I would say that they wish to magically be in shape. But if they had the desire to be healthier, you would see it manifesting, because they'd be reading nutrition books, or hiring a nutritionist, or going to the gym every day, or asking the healthy people in their lives what to do and then doing it.
Or even wrong things, like getting those ab bands, or like they would be moving in a direction with regards to that goal.
And so I actually don't think that, I think the people in your life who say that they want to be more confident, but don't ask you how to do it and then take your advice and take action on it, don't actually desire to be more confident. They might wish they do in an effortless way, but not in any way where they're willing to spend even a half hour a day on it. You know what I mean? And they will spend a half hour a day on something, whether it's their Instagram or their fashion or whatever it might be.
Yes.
Those people are spending time somewhere besides, the minimum wealth creation to get food. So that's the stuff they actually want.
I see.
You know what I
This is
mean?
why Ben gave some of those foundational books, and what they had in common was that they disrupted the fixed mindset idea. I think that the degree to which people feel that they're fixed in any area just limits any sort of movement to try to get better. So that's why all of the first books that Ben talked about were like, I don't even subscribe to this necessarily anymore, but it busted the story, the narrative busted me out of the fixed mindset thing. And so two things can do that. One, great stories, oftentimes in books and movies and that sort of stuff. And two, suffering. Lots and lots of suffering can take people out of a fixed mindset. And so what I try to do is every now and then just recommend a book and see if they've had enough suffering to pick the book up and actually read it, and find people right after breakups where they're really suffering and be like, now take the book. Now you'll actually read it. There's a chance. But
and I think, sorry, to get to your, sorry, you can go first.
I was trying to clarify it a little bit. You would say if someone desired and actually deep down wanted and was looking to be more confident, it's quite a simple process.
So yeah, I was going to get to your, so if you did want to be confident and you were willing to work on it, I think there's, well, you actually broke this down into 3 different types of confidence, right? You want to talk about that?
I don't know which ones you're talking about.
So what I was going to say is there's 2, but I don't remember if there's a third or not. There's this general underlying confidence that kind of transitions to every area of your life. And then there is specific confidence to different settings, right? So you can be the most confident person in the world, but when you get up on a stage, be nervous. Or funny enough, you can be someone who's very uncomfortable most of the time, but gets up on a stage or in an interview and is very confident. So I think there's 2 different types of confidence, and you work on them.
So I know what you're talking about. So I broke it down: self-love, self-esteem, and confidence.
Okay.
But go ahead.
No, and so I think you build them differently. So for instance, I think the core I am confident in most situations comes from identity work. It comes from affirmations and incantations. No matter what happens, I'm going to be okay. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? It comes from putting yourself into a variety of situations where you do feel nervous, but you work on your courage muscle. Because I think confidence is something you feel, but courage is a muscle you can work out. Mm-hmm. And so I think that when you build up your courage muscle by doing a lot of things that make you uncomfortable, no matter what they are, public speaking, approaching someone you want to talk to, you're scared of heights, and so you go on a roller coaster, you get very good at being courageous in the face of fear, which is transitional to a variety of areas. And when you combine working on your courage muscle with the incantations and confidence meditations, guided meditations, Charlie has one on Simple Habit, that helps you with your core self-esteem, we'll call it.
Can you give me another, so no matter what happens, everything's going to be okay? Like, I know you hold that, and that gives you a lot of identity confidence. Do you have another one?
That was my favorite one.
Yeah.
That's kind of my favorite.
6 pillars of self-esteem has
sentence.
a number. I mean, no one is coming to save me is a big one. Six pillars
Confidence?
Yeah.
Well, there's another one. This is a little bit into the self-love.
It's relying on oneself in order to, like, no one is coming, which part of the reason that people lack confidence, that we talked about Alfred Adler, is because it does get them something.
Yes.
And so not being confident means that you're over here asking the question of how can I make my siblings confident? And they're not here to do that, right?
Yeah.
Like, you're the one who picks up, in some cases, for them. Mm-hmm. And so saying no one is coming to save me, weirdly enough, it builds self-esteem, which translates then to confidence, because you know, okay, I've got to go to me in order to do this.
Yeah, on the self-love front, there's a book I really like, Love Yourself Like Your Life Depends on It. And it's worth listening to. I actually like it as an audiobook because it's got a bit of the hypnosis effect because you have to hear it. But it's about telling yourself that you love yourself over and over and over again every single day. And when I was doing it, felt a big difference in how that made me feel about myself. So we can bucket that in the self-love area. And then you have the core confidence, which I think happens by stretching your courage muscle and doing affirmations. But then you also have situational confidence, which basically you can build just through exposure therapy, which is to say, if you're scared of public speaking and you join Toastmasters and you have to give a public speech all the time, by the end of it, if that's all you did in this one area, you would suddenly have more confidence. Yep. You know what I mean? So yeah, I think if someone desired to be confident, I would say work on self-love. And my favorite personal book is Love Yourself Like Your Life Depends on It. Work on your confidence through affirmations and incantations and confidence meditations, and work on your courage muscle. And then if there's a specific area that you're uncomfortable, go do that thing 100 times in low stakes environments.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So if you're scared of interviewing, let's say if interviewing makes you nervous, don't just get an interview for your dream job. Go get 100 interviews.
Right.
I mean, I literally did 100 interviews when I was coming out of college. By the time I got to like the 10th one, I was so relaxed. I was just sitting in there. My heartbeat wasn't elevated because I was just burned out from, you can't worry about something if you keep doing it. So for the last 90 of them, I was chill as can be. I'm sure in the first one I was nervous. And so, yeah, I think those are the 3 areas that I would attack confidence from. Mm-hmm.
Hope that you guys enjoyed that clip. If you want to see more like this and have us do more podcasts, we are 100% funded by our generous patrons. And if you'd like to contribute, there's a link in the description, and we'll have one pop up on the screen right here so that we can do more podcasts where we have fun conversations and hopefully some deep ones like this. Either way, hope that you enjoyed the video, and I will see you in the next one.